Here's the latest from the Club of Rome. We must act now for new enlightenment, the depopulation scheme by the Club of Rome. The Club of Rome plans to usher in a new wave of enlightenment. Their goal was, and always will be, to promote the global warming hoax as a way to better our planet, all while hiding their intentions of depopulation and redistributing de facto the world's wealth by climate policy. According to the Club of Rome, it would seem that humans need a common motivation, namely a common adversary, to organize and act together in the vacuum. Such a motivation must be found to bring the divided nations together to face an outside enemy, either a real one or else one invented for the real purpose. New enemies, therefore, have to be identified, new strategies imagined, new weapons devised. New enemies are different in their nature and location, but they are no less real. They threaten the whole human race, and their names are pollution, water shortage, famine, malnutrition, illiteracy, and unemployment. However, it appears that awareness of the new enemies is as yet insufficient for bringing about world cohesion and solidarity for the fight. The common enemy of humanity is man. This is from their publication, The First Global Revolution. The depopulation fanciers who belong to the symbolically named Club of Rome aren't shy to expose their real intentions in their reports as seen in the quote above. Their deep-seated hate of humanity is apparent, and through it, they have done everything in their power to control and pacify society. By pushing their propaganda in schools and attempting to radically transform the school system to fit their desires, they plan to create a workforce of, quote, competent citizens to serve them. In the description of their newest release, Come On, Capitalism, Short-Termism, Population, and the Destruction of the Planet, the group announces that they have come to the conclusion that a new enlightenment is needed for the world, as worldwide trends are not sustainable. This new enlightenment is one in which humans are brought down to the level of animals, where man and beast are equal. One of the core beliefs of the group is that everything in nature is equal. Therefore, this enlightenment must be based on balance between humans and nature. And in doing this, they plan to rewrite the laws to create a global government based on sustainability and science. They claim they must rethink work, the market, and the organization of science and education. In previous publications, the Club of Rome has said that the new economic system they wish to implement is a new ecological world order, where there is no wealth. They call this the circular economy. Much like communism, in this system, there would be a two-class system. In this system, even being granted the privilege of going to the beach and swimming in the ocean will be taxed. This is according to their publication, The Oceanic Circle. Here's the excerpt from their latest release. Current worldwide trends are not sustainable. The Club of Rome's warnings published in the book Limits to Growth are still valid. Remedies that are acceptable for the great majority tend to make things worse. We seem to be in a philosophical crisis. Pope Francis says it clearly. Our common home is in deadly danger. Analyzing the philosophical crisis, the book comes to the conclusion that the world may need a new enlightenment, one that is not based solely on doctrine, but instead addresses a balance between humans and nature, as well as a balance between markets and the state, and the short versus long term. To do this, we need to leave behind working in silos in favor of a more systematic approach that will require us to rethink the organization of science and education. However, we have to act now. The world cannot wait until 7.6 billion people have struggled to reach a new enlightenment. This book is full of optimistic case studies and policy proposals that will lead us back to a trajectory of sustainability. But it is also necessary to address the taboo topic of population increase. Countries with a stable population fare immensely better than those with continued increase. There is a seriously sinister tone in this report. First of all, every prediction in the report, Limits to Growth, has turned out to be false, and they definitely are not still valid. The remedies they refer to seem to be solely directed to themselves and their benefactors. The philosophical crisis has been created with their aid, demonizing humankind, as shown in the quote above, saying that man is the enemy, is one of the motivating factors of this. The group works hand in hand with the United Nations, and many of their members overlap. The new Enlightenment they refer to is a form of brainwashing pushed on students in hopes to create what they call competent citizens. In their statement, they say they can't wait for 7.6 billion people to reach the Enlightenment. Then going on to say that the population increase is a taboo topic. If you think about it, the topic is only taboo if you're talking about depopulation. The audacity of the Club of Rome to make the statements they have is baffling. What do you think of their latest release? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. God bless and carry on.
Donate and or subscribe to the Christian Journal today. Your support keeps this channel alive.